even when the evidence is staring us right in the face. One of my biggest issues with some professional wrestling fans has always been that even when the truth is staring them right in the face, as clear as Emma Kelly the Clown's big red nose, yet they still choose to turn a blind eye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. The real week in wrestling for your December 23rd, 2018 episode. And as you heard, the narrator of the video and audio in question is none other than OWN One Wrestling News Page's owner, JJF, aka Jimmy Mania. Now, Jimmy, for years, for those who have been living under a cave or not familiar with this Facebook page, he loves the underdog. He loves the martyred wrestler. He loves the downtrodden, the perceived downtrodden wrestlers, all those who are shit under the foot of Vince McMahon, and how Vince McMahon is out of touch. Of course, the social media narrative, Vince McMahon is old, he's out of touch, he gotta go, bro. Meanwhile, where are these facts? Where is the reality? Here's the backstory. James is dying to debate me, so he could really let me have it in one-on-one debate. But we are having a debate. And the problem is, James, whenever I do present evidence, it's like a tree in the forest, because you just either choose to ignore it, are not capable of comprehending it, or you just have what I call, and here's the definition from the Encyclopedia Britannica, not a meme, not a Facebook created page by a person or persons, an encyclopedia. It's called primary source evidence, and this is called confirmation bias. It's a psychological term, and it affects not only James, not only wrestling fans, but social media and just humanity in general. Let's look at the definition. Confirmation bias, the tendency to process information by looking for or interpreting information that is consistent with one's existing beliefs. This biased approach to decision making is largely unintentional and sometimes and often results in ignoring inconsistent information. Existing beliefs can include one's expectations in a given situation and predictions about a particular outcome. People are especially likely to process information to support their own beliefs when the issue is highly important or self-relevant. In this case, self-important to you. Confirmation bias is one example of how humans sometimes process information in a logical, biased manner. Many factors of which people are unaware can influence information processing. Philosophers note humans have difficulty processing information in a rational, unbiased manner once they have developed an opinion about the issue. Humans are better able to rationally process information, giving equal weight to multiple viewpoints. If they are emotionally distant from the issue, although a low level of confirmation bias can still occur when an individual has no vested interests.
Choose to turn a blind eye. They still choose to not pay it any bit of mind. I will never understand that mentality. I will never understand that line of thinking. That when something is clearly wrong, you just completely ignore it. And that completely encapsulates what has become of my former co-host and dear friend. He still is. But that is exactly what has become of my former co-host, Frank Tadaro.
So, let's examine these claims. And Jimmy Fluke share link 720th. In pro wrestling, you strike when the iron is hot. You don't pass up an opportunity to make something special out of someone's popularity and then magically blame the talent if it fizzles out. Who's blaming the talent? You waited too long. It's not that difficult to understand. You should crack the top spots because you have earned it, not because of favoritism or who your daddy is. There must be a degree of meritocracy, otherwise it's the John Cena, Roman Reigns bullshit all over again. You disagree? Comment below, JJF. Yeah, come at me, bro. So, this is argument one. As you know now, Becky Lynch is the new fan favorite of the month, the last 2 months. She's taken the wrestling world by storm. Let's read some of the articles. I'm right here with you on this one. They have caught lightning in a bottle with this current stretch from Becky Lynch. They need to keep her in the spotlight as long as she keeps putting in such great work in matches as well as promos. This is the lightning in a bottle. Okay, I think people are using this wrong. And again, Merriam-Webster. I know a lot of people don't even know what the dictionary is, but let's see the idiom. That idiom, capture lightning in a bottle. The definition of catch lightning in a bottle: to succeed in a way that is very likely or unlikely. He caught lightning in a bottle with success of his very first book. That is the wrong term you're using. Unless you're saying Becky Lynch was a nobody, a nothing, untalented, and all of a sudden, without any explanation, the fans have gotten behind her. Her popularity is inexplicable, mind-boggling, and WWE should just pop a rating, sell some shirts, hot shot the angle, just so fans like you and a lot of fans could get that instant gratification. Am I correct or am I wrong? Now, all this fear and rage, nerd rage, hashtag nerd rage, is because of Charlotte Flair, who's now being perceived by the far, far left of wrestling fans as the new John Cena, the new Roman Reigns. She gets everything. Screw everybody else. I'm falling apart. Nope, you are. You're looking to prop up the female Reigns to get absolutely everything and fuck everyone else. They have a good storyline. Jim Ross seems to agree with me. So, let's check it out. Is it true? I got this from the Internet Wrestling Database. You can look it up too. You can see the records of every wrestler, every one of your favorites. Let's start with April 8th, WrestleMania 34. The biggest show on earth. The extravaganza where history's made. Where Charlotte Flair, the champion, defeated and made Asuka tap out, thus destroying Asuka's career. You didn't know that? Her career was over, destroyed, buried. That Roman Reigns booking, that Super Cena booking. Let's go just 2 days later on WWE SmackDown Live, April 10, 2018. Carmella pins Charlotte Flair and captures gold. 2 days later. Oh, Carmella, she's a scrub. She can't wrestle, according to James. Now he has an opinion about people, about wrestlers, right? We'll get to that later. Oh wow, that Super Cena booking. The next week, Charlotte Flair defeated newcomer Billie Kay. Then Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. Oh, all of her stepsisters, who she's buried and getting buried. They defeat Billie, Carmella, and Peyton Royce. Carmella again, May 6th at Backlash 18. Oh, but don't worry, that's not a major pay-per-view. That's a B level show, so it doesn't count. Carmella defends the championship and beats Charlotte Flair again. Wow, twice in a month. I think maybe Vince McMahon is out of touch. Maybe he's losing it because he can't even get Super Cena booking right anymore. And Carmella, that scrub. Remember? That was the other argument. When the marks, and they're still going crazy when Asuka lost to Carmella in the Shark Cage match against James Ellsworth. But not a fucking peep. When Charlotte Flair, the Golden Girl of wrestling now, the perceived Golden Girl, John Reigns, Roman Cena, lost to her twice. Not a single fucking word. And how does she come back? Let's see who Charlotte buries the next night. Oh, that's right. 2 days later, she defeats Peyton Royce. another huge star in the making. Another career snuffed out. Let's go. Just a month later, on SmackDown Live, Becky Lynch defeats Charlotte Flair. Oh, I'm telling you, Becky Lynch, man, another career snuffed out. God damn it, Vince McMahon. And this is just 2 months worth of matches for Charlotte Flair. So your argument is felonious, false, confirmation bias. Okay, let's hear some more charges against me by Jimmy Mania.
Completely ignore it. And that completely encapsulates what has become of my former co-host and dear friend. He still is, but that is exactly what has become of my former co-host, Frank Tadaro. Because years ago, this guy would jump at the chance to prove somebody wrong, especially when he knows he's 1,000% right. He would jump at the chance to prove a point and put an issue to bed. So I guess maybe in that aspect he hasn't changed.
Are you kidding me?
James, I'm not the one that's changed. I'm still pointing out things that are wrong. I'm still hell-bent on approving things right. Arguments right. The only thing that changes now, you're the subject of my investigations. That's what changed, and you don't like it. Instead of being a rational guy, a cool dude, and saying, wow, you know what, Frank, you're right. You're right. Wow, maybe my memory is a little shot. Maybe I am a little biased of my favorites. Ha ha ha. And I laugh, and you laugh, and it ends there. But no, you have to keep insisting that you're right. I don't know if there's any psychological term for that, except maybe delusions of grandeur. You gotta be kidding me! And that's just one argument. Everybody's up in arms about Becky Lynch. Charlotte buried Asuka. Carmella. They buried Asuka with Carmella. But meanwhile, the one you're accusing of getting the favorite booking lost her WrestleMania title to her just 2 days later and lost again in a pay-per-view. Tapped out to Becky. That's just 2 months. So you're wrong. Admit it. What are we going to do in a debate? I'm going to stun you with facts? Undisputable facts? And what are you going to do? You're going to do what you keep on doing? Just when I think I got the answers, you change the questions? Bray Wyatt. Oh, he did get 20 wins. He is 22-20. But those 22 wins, they're on B-level shows. You got to hear what this guy said. I pointed out he beat Chris Jericho. Oh, Chris Jericho. Who's Chris Jericho? Everybody beats Chris Jericho. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mind your own business, Owens. You stupid idiot.
I heard that.
You're supposed to.
So then the next argument is I used a quote from a former member Mike the Machine. Actually, he's not a former. He was the guy who started the News Wrestling organization. And I used an argument. Let's listen to this.
And if you complain 1 inch about it, you're an IWC mark. That's the type of person you quote, Frank. All these years, that you've been bashing Cena, all these years that you've been calling him out, and rightfully so, mind you, for being a shitty worker, you quote a guy that puts him in the same class as Hulk Hogan and Steve Austin. We got him on video flat out saying he's in the conversation of the greatest of all time. That's a guy you're going to quote? Your credibility just took a nosedive, buddy.
Okay, so I don't know if James, like I said, suffers from confirmation bias, or he's trying to deceive people about me just to prove his argument, or maybe he just flat is gone, or LAWST, lost. Let's look at this quote that I put up. I told you there would be consequences to ignoring me. You're the one who decides what it says, Frank. Put on your big boy pants, just do it. And I said, I don't care. Debate someone who does. And James, this behavior of yours on the page, yeah, it's entertaining. It's sometimes humorous, intriguing sometimes, I guess, in a weird way. But this is the problem when you just are presented with the facts. When I tell you your beliefs, your opinions, your feelings, your fantasies don't matter. They're not based in reality. They're your fantasies. They're your favorites. They're your fantasies on how a certain character should be portrayed on TV. How much success certain characters, your favorites, should have. And here, as I pointed out, you see a pattern developing? How many people have you turned off the last 5 years? See, I have a long fuse, like I just described about Jimmy. It's funny, but sometimes it's just too much, especially when I present evidence, and it's not evidence from left field. I'm pointing out facts, baby. Yeah, I use that. AKA, I jacked your hashtag. What, bitch? So let's look at this quote. Yeah, the page has 279 members, and probably less than 20, not even active participating members. What, you don't see a problem with this? And let's look at the quote in question. All right, this is from 2014, and here's the quote in question from Mike the Machine. Again, and this is the first striking thing is that he's no longer on the group left. No, Jimmy, I don't have the time or the patience. This is the word I was looking for. I put this in the search engine of the page, and this came up. Throughout the day, I don't have the time or the patience throughout my day to sit here and argue you with and type novels every 23 minutes about John Cena for the 100th time. I'm not playing heel. This is how I feel. It's my opinion. Too bad if you don't like it. Of course, like. This is the quote. I don't know where the fuck you got me standing up for John Cena, or I'm praising somebody. I'm using somebody's quote for John Cena. See, the tendency to process information by looking for or interpreting information that is consistent with one's existing beliefs. The biased approach to decision making is largely unintentional and often results in ignoring inconsistent information. Existing beliefs can include one's expectations and predictions about a particular outcome. Where did you read that this? He went on that little stream, which he went on for 45 minutes. He used this as material, at least for 15 minutes. How I changed. Is this the quote you're talking about? Because I didn't put up any other quotes. I'm trying to tell you how your behavior and your insistence. It's not that you're being consistent. That's the problem. You're being closed-minded, and you got the audacity to call Mike closed-minded and other people closed-minded. Are you trolling or something? Now all of a sudden, anybody who's a John Cena fan is a Nazi, right? What happened to if you like John Cena? More power to you. It's what happened to. Oh, it's subjective, right? When Cena fans back in the early 2000s, when they couldn't understand how anybody could not like John Cena, why people hated John Cena. This is 2014. How many times has James called me a heel? Crazy. I'm out of my mind. I changed. I got kidnapped. It's a fucking opinion. And my opinion, to contrast your arguments and to right the wrongs of your arguments, which are fake, false. It doesn't become an opinion when I present facts and evidence. And that not only that, facts and evidence, primary sources. Not somebody's beliefs or opinions. 15 minutes this guy went on about me shilling for John Cena. And how all of a sudden I quoted Mike Barone. What did I get out of it? Are you out of your mind? Or, can you read? Do you have a learning disability? If you do, I'm sorry. I'll never point this out again.
They'd have a new main event every year at WrestleMania. Really? They'd have a new main event every year? Well, then what's your excuse for Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan? There wasn't a new main event every year. They went with who the crowd was behind. I guess because Frank has become...
Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin. And then when they do put the same fucking guy in the main event at WrestleMania every year, and they force feed him down the crowd's throats, the fans' throats. Oh, then they complain. Oh, Cena booking. Oh, Hulk Hogan booking. You see what I mean? Oh, and just listen to this. It gets much better.
So accustomed to the current model of WWE that he doesn't think listening matters anymore. Just like ratings don't matter.
No, I told you. They hear the audience. They know everything that's going on. Like I've been telling you for the last fucking 2-3 years. And this last week was if you didn't have any more evidence of it, you never will. This wasn't the CM Punk work shoot pipe Bob. They all came out. Last week, the Seth Rollins promo against Baron Corbin, saying everything the fans are saying on social media. They listen, they hear. Maybe they don't listen all the time. Just like Taz says. They listen, and maybe sometimes you could sway them, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for business. There goes that text again. They're going to do what they think is best for their business. And you know what? How can you argue? Right now, maybe you don't get, maybe everything they do, a lot of things they do suck. Mind baffling. But can you argue with their financial success? And I told you, the entertainment value does not correlate with their financial success. Again, they could put on the greatest wrestling shows week in, week out. If they don't make money, it's over, Johnny. It's over!
Storylines don't matter. Wins and losses don't matter. Nothing matters to this fucking guy. You know, Frank, I wanted so badly to debate you on the Bray Wyatt subject in front of a camera with a moderator. Do you know why? Because facing you in that debate, for me, would have been like shooting fish in a barrel. I can't miss, I can't lose.
Do you hear this guy?
But you...
Is this guy far gone? Or is he fucking, is he being the heel? Is he being the troll? Am I the dickhead that's being trolled? Shooting fish in a barrel? For me or for you?
Want to know something? Like the coward that you are.
Oh, and I'm a coward. That's another thing. He calls me, I'm pathetic and I'm a coward. But in the spring, when that guy Lucas Rojas was on the page doing the same thing to you, you fucking had a meltdown, right? You had a meltdown. And you debated him, right? Remember that? You debated him? And remember how fucking cringeworthy that was? I know, because I moderated that. It was uncomfortable. You forgot the events that happened after that? You made Christian the admin on the Thursday before, 2 days before that debate. You had Christian sitting next to you off camera. God knows why. I hope he wasn't consulting you on what to say. You could have looked at the camera. You made the guy Lucas, nervous, laugh. He started laughing because you started taking it too serious. When the guy, whatever, all he wanted to do was actually just engage in you, like you're trying to do me. And he was trying, and you wouldn't give him the time of day. So what did he do? He called you coward. He called you pathetic. He called you a fraud to try and bait you, like you do it to me. Only I'm not Lucas. You think I'm gonna be baited so easily? Debate what? We're doing it now. What do you think? What do you think a debate is? You're gonna filibuster for 15 minutes about how Bray Wyatt every match Bray Wyatt lost? What are you gonna point out? 8 fucking years ago, CM Punk's Summer of Punk's run. You're gonna talk about all his mid card matches as champion. It's 2019. There is no Cena. There is no Reigns right now. It's a different. It's a new page. What happened in 2011? What happened in 2014 has no basis in reality now.
Tuck tail, and you chose not to do it multiple times. Even when Al put a friggin' poll on the page asking everyone, do you just want to see this debate? And it was overwhelming.
Yeah, of course they
yes.
want to see it. Everybody wants to see a fucking car crash. In your mind, people want to see it because they think they want to see, Jimmy destroy Frank. Some people want to see it because they want to see Frank destroy Jimmy. But I told you, it doesn't fucking matter because I could make your tongue fall out on camera during the debate, and the next day, you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to go and say the same things. Vince got to go. Bray Wyatt is, there was a conspiracy against Bray Wyatt's career. They ruined it. They don't care. They sabotaged him. Asuka's buried. Charlotte Flair is the new Roman Cena. They're hijacking Becky's popularity. They're scaling her back already. What else? Give it up. I just gave you more evidence. Remember when Jim Ross used to say that John Cena has had a hellacious run? John Cena's special. John Cena is a superstar. He's one of the greatest champions of all time. And he used to call Jim Ross a shill. Used to call Chris Jericho a shill. And I agree with you. They are. They're never going to talk bad about John Cena or Reigns or any wrestler. Remember when Chris Jericho said Roman Reigns is like the fucking Beatles? Everywhere he goes, my fucking asshole. But now who changed? You used to call JR shill. He called Cena the greatest champion in history. He said Cena's a great worker. He has a hellacious run. He still has 5 years ago. Oh, but when he's propping up Cena, he is shilling. This is not my words. It's yours. When he's propping up Cena, he is shilling. Charlotte is the female Cena, yet JR is advocating for someone else to get the spot. No, he's not advocating. He said he wouldn't mind seeing Becky in the main event. He wouldn't mind. And at the same time, he said he wouldn't mind seeing Charlotte in the main event, headlining WrestleMania. JR's time in the industry is done. He no longer has reason to shill anyone. Yeah, really? You don't listen to his podcast, right? He's still kissing fucking ass. He still has his head up his ass. They don't fucking like him. He doesn't want to burn the bridge like Taz does. No, that was Michael Cole calling him the greatest. No, that was fucking JBL. All of them. Jim Ross actually pointed out that Stone Cold's the greatest champion of all time. No, he didn't. He said he's the biggest draw of all time. James, there is no debate. I told you it's a debate. Debate whether you're biased. Debate whether your mental health is intact when it comes to wrestling. We're keeping it wrestling, not personal, of course. And yes, and you know what? The reason I don't want to debate you is because I like you. Because I do consider you a friend. I don't want to embarrass you. Not because I'm the smartest guy on the page or because I think I'm smarter than everybody else. Because your arguments are softballs. They're lob pitches that I hit 300 feet over the fence. It's low-hanging fruit. It's peaches and apples that are hitting me in the head and falling on me. Stop it. Get over it.